Welcome back, everybody, for another Nightworks dark fantasy horror art. This time I'm drawing a very bony vampire with graphite. I'll be doing watercolor, and then I'll come back in and enhance it, clarify it with ink, which is kind of my go-to process, it seems like. So here I'm drawing out this almost skeletal, emaciated, kind of really old vampire. Yeah, he's like got some busted teeth, and he's like more skeleton skull looking. He's kind of shrieking at you. I'm doing this on half a page. I'll do another vampire or something on the other side. These are things that I can do. It takes about 30 plus minutes, under an hour. So I don't know, 45 minutes. Maybe an hour. When it's night and after I've done a bunch of stuff, I want to go in and draw, paint, do weird things, but I don't always have the energy or drive, but I go in there anyway. So these half pages are easy for me to work on, and I get practice. They're fun to do. I get to play with color and draw some creepy monster things. It's fun. And I just set, I have a camera overhead shooting down so you can see my very old, messy table. It's wonderful looking. It'd be cooler if I had a drawing table that kind of leaned up. That'd look more professional, but whatever. So I've got him in this kind of coat. The idea is that this is a vampire that used to be like a head surgeon or ran a hospital. He's wearing like one of those doctor coats, lab coat, kind of white, and it's been aged. It's all tattered. Just playing with this idea, story of a abandoned hospital, insane asylum kind of place from the 20s, and the head doctor's still in there. He's a vampire. He's got minions, and some of the townsfolk help him, like Dracula had the gypsies that helped him out. Maybe this guy has some crazy town folk. Maybe a couple of sheriff deputies come by or something, help him out. And he'll eat the random urban explorer, kids in there partying. So I'm going to draw some more monsters in this kind of little hospital setting. See where the little story goes. It's percolating in my head. I want to start using these creatures I've been drawing and start to try to make stories with them. Comic books. It'd be, really cool to do other stuff with them, but I just tend to draw so much. I'll just probably see if I can do a comic and some art that goes with it. And then I gotta figure out about publishing and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this is. This is kind of like a concept for this vampire doctor kind of guy. And he's like that vampire from What We Do in the Shadows. If you've watched that show, the Master, I think he was in like the first or second episode, played by Doug Jones. And his junk had fallen off. He's just so old. He's just this smooth corpse kind of guy. It's kind of funny. So I'm just drawing the doctor like that. He's like pantless, but still in his doctor coat. It's kind of funny. And I'm just playing with limited colors. I have this gouache over there that I tend to use it more like a watercolor. I have yet to figure out how to make gouache into like the paint I see people online do. Maybe it's because I'm not using it in its pasty form. But whatever, it's fun. And I was trying to give him like a little bit of a fleshy look. Not because he's been eating a little bit, And but he's kind of pale, but he's kind of still kind of fleshy. I don't know, just trying to make things a little different. And in this process, it's just kind of like blocking in. I get the drawing, it looks cool, and then I block it in, and then it looks smooshy. I mean, it kind of looks cool, smushy and blurry, but I wanted it to be more crisp. And maybe I just don't have the skill set to do it with the watercolor or the attention span. I just kind of want to do it. So anyway, I come back in with pen to clarify. I get things fixed, but yeah, here I'm using these Hoo or whatever pens. They're just they're too fat. They're so fat I can't see the tip. So I'm kind of drawing blind with them or something. I don't know what it is, but I keep using them. I mean, they work good, but yeah, so here's his little teeth. He's kind of got the sockets for the eyes, and they're kind of like maybe the glint of eyes deep within the darkness of his eye hole, but I didn't want to give him like eyeballs per se. Working on this little coat. It's all ripped and disheveled. It's fun. You know, in the original lore of vampires, they were corpses that would climb out of their grave, and they just sort of run around naked, like out of their burial clothes, and then they had to be back in their grave in their clothes before the sun came up, or they turned back into a corpse. And so a lot of times the hero or whoever's trying to stop them would find their funeral clothes in the coffin and take them and climb up a building or something. And when the vampire tried to go back in his coffin and saw his clothes were gone, the hero would say, "I got your clothes," and the vampire would say, "Oh no," and he'd try and get his clothes back, but the sun would come up. Then he'd turn back into a naked corpse on the ground, and then they'd go chop his head off. Oh, if only it was so easy. I bet this guy is a lot harder to kill. It's fun. His proportions are off. I wanted him to look kind of too long, but I'm not sure I did that successfully. Anyway, I don't know. He looks kind of fun. The mid part, the mid section down to his smooth crotch is kind of too long or wide or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't. It's kind of fun. Yeah, work on his little hands. He's gonna slash your throat and drink all your precious life juice. And then you'll have to wander the halls as a zombie or something. I don't know. And then I'm coming back in with some of these gray pens I like to use for shading enhancement. I mean, I could do that with a watercolor, but I don't know, just like the pens. They're fun. This is on mixed media paper, so I couldn't go too wet. So that's why it's a little thinner and a little splotchier. I didn't want to saturate the paper too much. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this process. I'm going to do more of these as I get this little comic idea up and running. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.